Hey guys, this is Orlando with Filmatic, and I brought my good friend
Vincent Powell with 7972 Films.
And I want to talk to you a little bit about what we've been doing. And if you see our Instagrams, you'll see the coveted retro DZO film lenses that are actually out there right now. Not many of these are out there in the world. They just released pricing on them. But I want to talk to you about the partnership that we had with DZO. They sent us over these lenses and they said, hey, can you show these off? Can you work with them? And I said, you know what? I know the perfect director to help us create a beautiful film so that we can show off all the different elements.
Vincent Powell, born and raised in Houston, which is why I connect so well with my brother. And it's been a joy just being able to watch each other's careers over the last few years and finally to connect over something that was really just a passion project, not a commercial piece for a client or anything that had too much crazy pressure on it, but something we were able to just kind of freelance and enjoy with. I teach film at Texas Southern University as a professor. I'm a creative director for a few organizations out around Houston, around the country. And I also have my own production company with my wife, 7972 Films, where we provide opportunities for Black and brown creatives to be able to tell stories. And so I was like, hey, let's just tell the story that we hadn't really seen. And there are some awesome things that happen with lens demos and lens demo narratives, but I wanted to figure out some visuals that we just never really get to see in this setting. And so I was like, let's tell a short love story. Let's tell it in a couple of motifs, and let's put a black guy on a horse and not make it competitive. And let's let them be in love without making it, have to be too much pressure. And we shot it in and around Houston at a bunch of amazing organizations, and we're able to put them in some amazing, amazing settings for some beautiful images.
Yeah, I mean, we've really got some pretty dope stuff. And like I said, we got to hit a bunch of different points, and everything from showing off like the lens flares to the low contrast and the high contrast scene, the super highlights, and some of these things you have to understand. We designed it, and we you created a beautiful story.
Oh, thanks,
and the cool thing is that we're just able to show different elements so that someone that is filming and creating a film, they can kind of choose, if they want to go for more dark and moody, or go for high contrast, or do really high side lighting. I mean, there's a lot of different things to pick out of here. One thing that made me go to Vincent is, of course, I've been following his career and stuff, and I mean, he's done a lot of cool things, and you're always, if you catch him, you're always going to catch him traveling somewhere. Everyone says they wish they could travel like Mr. Powell here. And the one cool thing that, I mean, one of the amazing things that he put together is Black is Eternal. Blackiseternal.com. Check that out. Just the storytelling and how they framed that, the composition. I mean, the work that even Deontay Gray and a lot of the other shooters you had on there, I mean, was something that said, hey, this is the guy that you want to tell this story. And that's how I approached DZO. And I said, hey, if we're going to test this out, we're going to do it via that. So I agree.
And when you hit me up, actually, it was funny because we shot Black is Eternal on the DZO pictures. And the zooms have been like one of my go-tos for the last couple of years. And I've been rocking with them on all sorts of sets, from Disney to BT. And so when you had your hands on the Vespid Prime Retros, I was like, I'm in.
You got to check them out.
You know what I mean? But what they did with that Black is Eternal really, really impressed me.
So the first thing, with not being someone that comes from DZO, that I saw from this is that overall, I mean, they all are very well designed. I feel like when I'm holding this, I feel like I'm actually holding very expensive glass.
Sure.
The other thing that I noticed is that we just recently shot on black wings, and I've used a lot of different vintage glass. This has a very, very vintage type coating. I still feel like they're really sharp, but on full frame, which is the reason why we use the Alexa Mini LF, and we'll talk about that in a second. You got to see how well these just operated. I mean, we're able to swap them all out, and lens swaps and changes were pretty quick.
Really? I mean, and ironically, it's like, oh, that's the reason you use zoom, is because you're changing focal length so often. But swapping these on and off, and shout out to Sticks and to all of our other talent and help that was around, you never really felt like we were waiting on a prime lens switch. You know what I mean? Like, we were waiting on horses more than we were waiting on the lenses to, get swapped off on the body.
And I mean, overall, we got to use this also with the Alexa Mini LF. And it was really awesome that we could test out the full frame function, which is a reason why we chose to shoot in 4.5. Something that you see a lot going on right now in just the cinema side, Hollywood, is everyone is shooting in large format in 4.5. And the reason is because you want to engulf the viewer. So you're gonna watch this on YouTube, you might watch it on your phone. I recommend you watch it on a projector or watch it anywhere else that you can, so that it engulfs you and you can see all the detail that's there. Let's talking about the film again, the cast. I mean, these great looking people, they, you know, beautiful skin tones we got to see, especially with, you know, one thing that a lot of people that we talk about, if you see a lot of the awesome things that HBO has done with like Insecure and the black tailored films, is that skin tones are so hard to be represented well on camera, and these things I think did a very good job on the skin tones of our cast. For me, it's very important to make the female look very, very beautiful and attractive, and it's one of those things that they keep wanting you to film them because, you know, they get to feel that way. And even our main guy, he looked very, very bold and strong,
really,
and all that.
And shout out to Sam and Glow, like. Sam on that scene where he pulls the hat off and those waves show up and he's just with the horses, like, yo, I'm like, the detail, you see the salt and pepper in his hair, but also what pops out of his beard against his skin, you know what I mean, is really, really impeccable.
And, you know, overall, I mean, we're excited to show you this short film. On Vincent's YouTube, you're going to be able to check out BTS, and he's probably going to go a little more in depth into some of the different things that they chose. But, you know, we're just excited and happy that DZO would choose us to be able to use these. And, you know, we're thankful that we could create. I'm really thankful that you guys took the time to build this whole thing for us to shoot and create. So once again, thank you guys for checking all this out. I ask that you guys go to Vincent's channel, check it out. Also check out the short film that's going to live on the YouTube. And thank you once again to DZO, and thank you to all the awesome students from TSU, to all the different sponsors and people that gave so that we can create this short film. So thank you guys, and make sure to check out his website, blackiseternal.com. Check that out because it's an awesome series that you need to stay on. So thank you guys.
One time for H-Town.
Thank you guys.